Hello, everybody. Welcome to the uh, race recap for round 5 of the Broken Wing Racing League Season 16 GT3 Sprint Championship. Last night we dueled it out on the in the Algarve region of Portugal in the occasionally spicy but overall super close battle we had last night at Portimao. Um, it was fairly straightforward, not a whole lot going on, but there were a couple of run-ins, some incidents. It had some spice to it, that's for sure. The track really lent itself to incidents. Not even like crashes, but just incidents in the sense of like one off tracks. Uh, our in-house statistician slash uh, Canva expert slash just all around expert, Mark Foley, deduced that our average incident count this race was 9.69 incidents, which is a ton, especially our drive-through limit being 15. The fact that I don't know if we had any drive-throughs or if we did very few, um, pretty wild. That means almost everybody was around there. But yeah, so it was quite the race. We had some dicey moments, but overall some really outstanding racing. we'll get into we'll get into all of that here on the show this evening. Let's start with the hot topic of the group chat, kind of the biggest battle that we had all race, which was Austin and Chris here. Uh they had some really close battling early on in this race. It was tight. It was a little argy-bargy. There was some bumping, some kind of some cheeky driving overall. You can see it on the screen here, kind of some highlight clips. Um, but I mean, this is kind of what happens when you have a couple of pretty fast dudes and neither of them want to give an inch. This is, I think, for like 7th or 8th. So I think they're kind of, I don't remember where exactly, but they are battling it out like it's the last lap. It's exciting to watch. It was hotly contested in the Discord afterwards. But it was exciting. I mean, that was probably the most exciting battle of the evening. And I believe Austin, you can see he's got a little bit of front end damage there. It looks like he comes out the victor of this battle. Um, he gets him here by the end eventually and kind of cements the pass after a multiple lap battle. But yeah, that was definitely the most exciting battle from this whole event. You got Brandon Burns right behind him and Josh D, whose picture we'll get to see in a little bit with Invader Rodney there. Uh, Rodrigo there. They have their own little card later on. But yeah, so moving on from that, we will let's dive into some of our winners. We got some. Oh, that was a good move. We're gonna finish this out. This is quite the train building up behind them. Nobody can really find their way around this battle. Um, I mean, I feel like they've been too wide for this entire video. We're at 2 minutes long of highlights, and we've had some of the fluff cut out. So this is pretty crazy. What a what a war. I think it eventually ends with Chris losing out the position and maybe even losing another to I think that's Joshua D right there. But yes, let us hop into highlights of winners. We've got Jacob Simmons, your pro class winner. You can see him here battling with Josh Jablonski. This is early on. Jacob had a topsy-turvy race. He had this incident happen right in front of him early on, nowhere to go, kind of stuck. You can see everyone's just splitting around him, moving on. He's trapped. He's like the Austin Powers meme. um, but yeah, he comes back from that, losing all these spots to just puts his head down, works, and finds his way slowly but surely picking people off. That's him getting Gage. This is him getting John Javecki, which I think this is for the pro win our pro lead here, because the next is our third overall, but our winner, Mr. Pro-Am himself, Jeff Koffold, who takes another win. This is second and third overall. That's your pro winner, Jacob Simmons, your Pro-Am winner, Jeff Koffold. Jeff takes himself another victory. I mean, he's been showing unmatched pace in that class. I know he's won almost every race, if all but one, maybe. Yeah, Elliott got one. He was not here tonight, unfortunately, to defend that win. But yeah, this has been quite the run from Jeff. Quite a battle back from Jacob in my favorite car, the Lambo. It sounds so cool. But yeah, he put on quite the clinic to work his way back up to second. Now let's hop into this is the driver I've been excited to talk about all day long. Your AM class winner, Aiden Gortz. What more can we say? This guy came out, he qualified seventh overall. That's unreal. He was running up, basically tailgating your defending winner, Gage Hines. Finds himself getting seventh overall. AM win. I mean, a top 10 from the AM class. That's crazy. You love to see it. Amazing livery, amazing drive. Um, I'm sure he'll find himself in Pro-Am in no time at all. That is pretty unreal stuff there. And the last, but most certainly not least, winner, no surprise here. Ryan Otis takes another rookie win. He is on an absolute tear in that class, kind of running unopposed. He not only takes class win, he takes the overall win, and it was a master class. He qualified on pole. He never once after, like at this point, no one saw him ever again. Just gone. Took off. Had like a 9-10 second lead at the end. Really, really dominant performance from him. I'm sure we will see him in the pro class at the bump up here, the promotion for the rookies at the halfway point. We'll discuss who bumps up and who has the chance to bump up and whatnot come Monday after the first half championship gets wrapped up, and he will definitely be bumped up to the pros, and we'll see. I think he's got a real chance at kind of throwing a curveball into that pro championship, really splitting people up from points, always finishing in the top three. So yeah, congrats, Ryan. Great dude, super fun to chat with in the post race Discord groups. Gives great interviews. It's awesome. Really, really enjoy having you in the league, man. So keep crushing it. All right, let us hop into some of the cards that our great friend Mark Foley makes. Here's something new we're going to start trying to do. New faces cards. We got Nolan. I had to include him because look at that livery. Unfreaking real. That is awesome stuff. I know he's teammates with Charlie Bass. They run the BWRL series together. This is his first time running the GT race with us. Just a killer livery. And then Max Miranda, another guy. Welcome. I like the livery. I like the like tennis ball colors. So welcome, guys. Excited to see some new faces and hope you enjoy it and stick around. Here are our fun, oddball, like prop bet winners. Cleanest finish is a tie, and I'm also going to throw an honorable mention. But so we had a tie between Steve McAllister and Trey Mistak. How they did this race, mind you, with an average of 9.69 incidents in the league, they've had 0. That is unbelievable. Way to go, guys. That is impressive. Honorable mention, Ryan Otis gaps the field by a billion seconds and has one incident. How? No idea. That's pretty unreal. So had to throw that in there. your hard charger, Craig Carroll. We got a lot of Caffeine Global Motorsports action here on these cards. Craig Carroll, he went 39th to 26th. This is the the Trey Mistack hard charger award, and man, it's impressive, Craig. That was quite the run you had there. I'm assuming you had trouble with quali. I don't think you were 39th in pace, so way to go. And then the fastest lap, none other than Ryan Otis. He ran a 41.3. That is blistering on race pace. I mean, I couldn't even touch that in qualifying pace. Most people couldn't. So yeah, what a savage. Um, Another fun stat from our statistician aficionado Mark Foley. Um, the average fastest lap for everybody was lap 4, and Ryan Otis clicked off the fastest lap on lap 4. So that's a fun correlation. Who knew? Um, and the average lap just throughout, like the everybody's race, was, just to put in perspective how fast a 41.3 is. Ooh, I had it. Where'd it go? The average was a 46.6. Now that's going to also include some people who had offs, some people who had broken cars. So, I'm sure we could trim out a little bit of that, but yeah, to be that much faster, impressive. Very, very impressive. And then your closest finish, I teased it a little bit earlier, is Joshua D and Rodrigo Thierry for 10th spot, and they were just at right around 4/10 of a second off of each other. So quite the battle for a top 10 there. Um, it's always fun to see who's like really under pressure at the end. And I mean, as you can see, that was quite the finish. Now let's hop into the points here. Here's where we'll bump just make the numbers easier to see. You can see we've got our victory card for Jacob Simmons in this amazing looking Lamborghini. Grid second, finish second. Pretty fast lap, but 3/10 off of Mr. Ryan Otis. As we get into the points, we've got Austin still holding on to his lead, had himself what looked to be an unfortunate race. He's still got, this is currently using Le Mans as a drop week. We'll see how that works out come the end of next week. But yeah, he's currently got himself on gauge. What is this? 7 points on gauge. And then the two of them are gapping the rest of the field by almost 100 points. So it looks like we're going to have a Valhalla driver take the top step for this first half. It's just a matter of, is it Gage or is it Austin? So that is some interesting stuff. Excited to see where that goes. And Jacob right there in the top 3. It just kind of depends how it's going to work out with this Le Mans race. I'm still not exactly sure. I think it'll be our drop, but maybe we get 2 drops. I hadn't really gotten a whole lot of clarity. I'm sure clarity has been said. I just didn't get it. Pro-Am, once again, the legend, Jeff Koffel, 3rd overall, gained 2 spots, takes another victory here. He is on a roll. Let's see, who got second? That would be, that is Imola, not Algarve. That would be Brandon Burns. Way to go, Brandon. Always love to see you doing well. If you haven't downloaded his app, you're missing out. You're kind of a fool. It is fantastic. That being said, Jeff has a stranglehold on this points championship. I mean, 300 points up on Brandon, 600 on Chitterling and Elliott. Let's see, it was Dylan. He's got 400. I mean, he could sleep his way through Donington Park and get this title. He's really trying to put an exclamation point on this championship. So hats off to Jeff, absolutely slaying it. In the AM class, we've got Aiden takes a victory. I don't think this is his first. I'm pretty sure it's not, but I mean, probably got to be his first top 10. That is in this grid, this field. That's an unreal finish. Just can't say enough good things about that. Column Z to A. So yeah, Aiden, Seth, and Adam are your top 3. I think that's a second straight podium for Adam. Seth with the sick Jinx livery. That's fun stuff. We'll ignore how horrendous I finished. This was just an awful track day for me. I got spun, and I just also sucked here, so we're just gonna ignore all of that. But yeah, your overall Jason Daly still, even with a bad race, he's still got a 200-point lead on Aiden here. Um, Aiden's got himself a good battle for second with Seth, so we could see some spiciness here in this. What is this? Second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth through second. If all depends how Donington shakes out, but a surprise podium could be happening. But I think Jason shows up and has a solid race. I don't see any reason why he won't take home a first half championship. Rookie Ryan, absolute legend, pole, fastest lap, ran away with it, just not even close. Joshua D got himself a top. He got 10th and took himself second in class. He's really put a charge in. Let's take a look at the points. Sort A. So yeah, Ryan Otis overall, he's got like 600-point lead. That is a done deal. But Kurt Moss and Darius Timms they got a battle for second here, and Josh Justice and Josh D, the double Joshes, they're in striking distance. So, anything's possible, but Ryan is absolutely going to run away with this. It's just a matter of, does he complete the perfect season? On to the teams. We have still leading your Austin Squared Racing. I believe this puts Austin McGill in the lead of 2 different team championships right now. As well, he leads the Falcon Series, which is just it's pretty insane. What the heck? I don't know. My numbers are weird, but yeah, they're followed by their friends in Valhalla with Gage and Jeff, and then Team Juice. A little bit of a surprise, but we got Josh and Seth, Draft Punk, Elliot and Peter. Elliot did not make it, so Peter was solo this week. And rounding out the top 5, the Thunder Thighs, Dylan and Jacob. Like I said, I think having 2 different drivers in 2 different classes is absolutely the way to go. Really just, it sets you up so freaking well. It's unbelievable. All right, on to the their Constructors Championship, currently leading in points per driver. No surprise, the Lamborghini. You got a Jacob Simmons all by himself in the car, just absolutely crushing it, has no back markers to bring his averages down. So he is definitely running away currently with this title. Mercedes having 5 drivers and being this close, though, is quite impressive. Mustang and Aston, notably the 2 battling for the overall, and the Aston is running away with it. Those 4 extra drivers doing work, even though it's not on a per driver basis. And then my friends here in the McLaren, we are on the struggle bus. Distant in almost everything except for, we're beating the solo teams. So be interesting. We'll get to crown a half season champion next weekend, and I got a feeling it's going to be the Lambo. And last but not least, this is your overall points title. Ryan's got a just commanding lead with a couple of Valhalla teammates right behind him. And then Peter and Jacob rounding out your top 5. We'll give it a slow roll so everyone can try and find where they are. I bumped down to 18th. Dylan's rocking 15th in the dead heat with Marshall still. Let's look for some notable. Vincent's kind of low. He's definitely better than that. Koonsman's definitely better than that. Got a good group down all the way on here. Some people who are definitely faster but just haven't put the races in. All the way down to people who have basically done like one race. Go back up to the top. But yeah, so your top 5, Ryan, Jeff, Gage, Peter, and Jacob. So yeah, with all that being said, let's have ourselves another great week. We've got endurance at Le Mans tomorrow. We've got ARCA somewhere. We've got V's and Rays, F4, and then come Sunday, we got the finale of the first half at Donington. So look forward to seeing everyone there and have a great one.